Okay, it's time. Brutal Friday time. I don't even know what volume this is now. Is this 13 or 12? I think this is 13. We're getting into it. I'm taking this seriously if you can't tell. Okay, so this week's edition of Brutal Friday, 13-minute AMRAP. What we got going here, we got starting with 45 double unders, 15 toes to bar, 9 sumo deadlift high pulls at 115 and 80 pounds. So 115 male, 80 pound female. This workout is a longer time domain. 13 minutes is longer for a CrossFit athlete. If you're a high rocks or marathon runner, you're probably laughing at me right now, but for a CrossFit athlete, we're getting into that longer, more aerobic, sustained time domain. So I'll talk to you as we go. We're going to start this thing up. Let you know. And 3, 2, 1, go. So double unders are starting off, and big thing here with double under cadence is you don't want to mess up. You don't want to mess up a double under. You don't want to trip. This is a regular double under. There's no weight, no tricks, no gimmicks. You just need to flow through it. I think people get caught up with speed and need to go fast, and in reality, if you do a set of 100 quick versus a set of 100 at a good pace, it's a 4 or 5 second difference, but the likelihood of tripping is way higher. So the 45 dubs for me in this workout were more of just like a transition and try and recover and catch the breath. So going into the toe to bar, I had a plan to do 6, 5, 4 with very quick breaks as long as possible. I'm working on my toe to bar on being more efficient by trying to get my knees to my armpits rather than focusing on kicking the bar. I'm focusing on knees to my armpits, and that way my feet are just naturally carrying up, and it's actually taxing me a lot less than it used to. Sumo deadlift high pull. This is kind of a weird one. We don't do these a lot in competition. In my opinion, they're kind of hard to standardize and get the right range of motion for everyone. Like, where does the rep end? Is it above your collarbone, above your nipple? Like, serious. Like, where's this rep ending? So anyways, the 9 reps there, my goal and focus was to hit a range of motion that feels like I couldn't go any farther. Like, if I'm here, like, going any farther, like, I'm going to hit my chin. So I was trying to, like, get as close to my chin as possible and extend at the knees, hips, you know, the good stuff there. It's actually one of the foundational movements in L1. When you take your L1, they teach you a sumo deadlift high pull because it translates into other lifts. So it actually is a foundational movement you should know how to do. But if you're judging a competition, where's the rep end? That's what I would argue. They programmed it in regionals a few times. I think they had like 50 in the middle of a chipper at a pretty heavy weight. So maybe I have to go back and study that film and see what was a rep versus no rep. Toe to bar here. As you can see, like, my breaks between the 6, 5, 4, I'm trying to keep them to like 2 to 3 seconds, and that slowed down as we went. But if I could keep those breaks, I knew that I was going to make up that time somewhere else because I would have saved my grip and energy and core in a transition going faster later. So as you can see on the sumo deadlift high pull too, I'm not going super narrow. I know some people like to do these narrow, and maybe I should experiment with that next time. But I'm probably just outside of like my rib cage grip. Like, that's where I'm gripping. So then I end up like thumb on armpit. And that actually felt pretty good for me. But I know some people that'll be like right here with the sumo deadlift high pull. You actually want to use your leg drive as much as you can and just finish with the shoulders. So double unders, my goal with the double unders, always keep elbows pinned to my rib cage and keep the wrists doing all the movement. Don't let them flail. Honestly, these were a little bit slower of double unders than I can do, like I said, because I didn't want to trip. And I was successful. The whole workout, I did not trip for the 13 minutes. We just put up new pull-up bars at Launch Mode CrossFit, so I'm getting used to this new pull-up bar. And I have it set at my standard 96-inch. So yeah, that is usual CrossFit height, so I don't kick the floor. CrossFit's been nice enough to adapt the bar heights for the taller athletes. So standard female bars are usually 92, standard male bars are 96. I never once got like core fatigued in this workout. It was never like, oh my gosh, I've done so many toe to bar and my core is under flexion. It was just the grip. Watch with the sumo deadlift high pull. I go into a little bit of knee flexion. I think a common movement fault that I see with this movement is people keeping knees extended and just getting way too much in the back. Like I said, your leg drive should carry this movement, and it should just be shoulders finishing the movement. Every time I picked up my rope, I wanted to start with a double under, not a single under. I think a lot of people think they need to start the jump rope with a single under to get into the cadence, and I think that you need to delete that mindset. Get in the mindset of, oh, the first jump I do is a double under. Just get your wrists going. It saves time. You got to think about where you can save time in these movements. How do you become more efficient? So I think if I'm looking at how can I be more efficient in these double unders, it's a little less wrist movement and a little less knee bend. I'm absorbing the jump too much. I could stay a little bit more tight in my legs. If I'm looking at the toe to bar for movement efficiency, I really like what I'm seeing. I think that I could get my feet together a little bit better on some of these reps. They're kind of wide and hitting pretty far apart from each other at the top. Now, it is a toes to bar, not a toe to bar, because if you only get one toe to the bar, you're missing a side. Dad humor, sorry. 13 minutes is a long time to talk, so just trying to entertain, At this point in the workout, I'm starting to understand like what my maximum pace is going to be and what I can sustain without blowing up. The whole goal was to like come out hot and see what's possible. I didn't want to have to take way slower rounds as I went, but I think my rounds maybe only deviated by a few seconds on each one, which this is a very like open style workout. Quick transition, quick workload. I would say the movement focus and limiter was definitely on the toes to bar. Gotcha. But like it didn't stop me. Like it wasn't stopping me in my tracks. The good thing about the double unders is it was 25 to 30 seconds where I could be present and just like catch a breath and figure out where I'm at, how my grip's feeling, reevaluate mid-workout. I think sometimes mid-workout you need to have a plan B in your head if plan A isn't going accordingly and have a spot where you're making that decision. So the double under was always that spot where I'm like, oh, how am I feeling? How am I going to do on this next set? Am I good to do the same split or do I need to slow it down? Can I speed it up? You're getting that feeling. The mind's always going to tell you to slow down, but once you've done this for a while, if your body's going to allow you to speed up. Anyways, I think toe to bar are really aesthetic movement. They show your lats well. They show your core, obviously. Even show some of that hamstring. Very aesthetic movement. I like watching toes to bar too. I see a lot of athletes with different strategies. One guy I watched recently do toe to bar. It was was it Guy or was it Justin? It was at North America World Tier Waza, and I think it was Justin. He was whipping out toes to bar faster than I've ever seen. And I also think Pat Vellner at the World Fitness Project did 30 toes to bar like 7 to 10 seconds faster than everyone else because he did a flick. And there's certain workouts where you can do that and just keep going if it's a short amount of work. Like 30 reps would be a perfect time to practice that. So he just kind of showed like, oh, you can get ahead by efficiency and movement. And that was pretty cool to watch. Except getting beat by him sucked. So, yeah, I don't know where we're at this point. I will tell you, I ended this workout with 9 plus 25. I went into this going 13 minutes is a really weird number. I just want to hold under a minute and a half splits for every round. And wherever that gets me, I'm happy. So I held under those minute and a half splits, and that ended up being 9 plus 25. I didn't really chalk up at all between sets, so I just chalked once before the workout and kept going. There's times where I feel like I just go to the chalk bucket because I want a break naturally built in. So some workouts I try to just not use it at all and not have it around. Even though I had it there right next to my next shirt, I never touched it. So that's a win. This was week 3 of 3 of a big training block for me. I'm actually pretty smoked going into this workout. I just got back from some travel, long travel day the day before, and I was just tired. My body was not cooperating in the strength work, so I was actually wondering how this workout would go, and went pretty good. I think Dallin and Fee also did this workout. I saw a couple of guys get 9 plus a few double unders, but I think I had the best score for Brutal Friday, which is sick, bro. The trainers I'm wearing, those are drop set 3s. I love them for jumping, lifting, running, squatting, anything you can do in the drop set 3. It's the all-in-one trainer, and I've been wearing it for about a year now. I am so freaking happy with the drop set 3, but rumor has it a drop set 4 is coming. It's going to be better than the 3, so stay tuned for that. The grips I'm wearing, those are Element 26 Vice grips. They are really big surface area. They cover a lot of your hand, and they're really grippy. I find them to be the grippiest grips I've ever gripped. So if you need some grippy grips, go grip up with Element 26. Okay, we're getting deep into it now. The breaks are still staying short. This is good. I was actually really pleased at the end of the workout. They were staying just as short as the beginning of the workout. If I would have changed anything, I would have put the bar closer to my toe to bar because I think those few steps add up. So I might have made a little more open style transition, but hey, still happy with this. Okay. Where are we at now? My delts were actually getting really shot. I was shocked with that. My deltoids, which are right here, were getting lit up on the high pulls. We don't do a lot of bottom to top pulling. Like we don't pull off the floor and raise it up besides a power clean and a sumo deadlift high pull, a med ball clean, those snatch, those pulls off the floor. But a lot of the pulling we do is, from low to high, not... What am I trying to say? Gosh, there's a better way I can put this. Basically, a lot of the pulling we do is from above our head, not below our hip. So pulling from there just got my delts sore in a new way. Sorry I'm lagging. I'm tired. But I want to get this content out to y'all. You know what? That's what I need to do. I need to come to these videos more enthusiastic. I need to bring you guys the energy so you want to do these workouts. Because this is a cool workout and you guys should try it. Elongating the kip a little bit on the toes to bar now because my grip and core were getting tired, so I didn't feel like I could do as much of a flick. Quicker transition to the bar. Good boy. And as I'm doing 5-4 on the sumo deadlift high pulls, that break is also as minimal as I can make it. I don't want to stand or back off the bar. I want to get my hands right back down. Just take the tension off for a rep. Mentally split it up. Mentally, we have to count to 5 and 4 is a lot easier than mentally counting to 9. Look at those pecs pop on the double unders. 13 minutes is a long time to talk to y'all. You guys can body shame me for my juicy pecs. Dang, dude. I'd feel like a C cup probably. That's insane. Okay, quick, get to the toe to bar. Get to the choppa. There you go. Good transition there again. We're getting to the choppa. We're getting work done. We're closing strong. We want to model our negative splits for you guys. Show you that I don't just preach it. I practice it. That's how you get better. Bigger set on the toe to bar there. I think I did 2 sets now in this last round instead of a 6-5-4 because there's less time, so I need to go quicker. And I had the energy because I saved it for the end. So that was a 10-5. Let's see what we do on the super deadlift high pull here. Yeah, so like some of these reps look like they're not as high as I could get. I admit, like I could do better on these reps. Hiller, if you want to Batman me, go for it. Maybe I need to be made an example of to do better. Okay, we're at the very end. Hoorah. 25 dubs incoming. And then we done. And then I get to go drink a protein shake and go again. Because this was not the last workout of the day. Okay, yeah. Sick pump. Shoulders feeling it. Grips feeling it. Did a total of 135 toes to bar. Did like 430 double unders. And did 81 sumo deadlift high pulls. So a good amount of volume packed into that 13-minute window. I would say it was a very good workout for upper body capacity and pulling and grip. It was one you guys should try. So if you like this video and you learned something from it, which, sorry I wasn't very intelligent on this one. Just kind of wanted to talk you guys through it, what I was thinking. But if you learned anything from it or enjoyed it, go subscribe, share with a friend. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this.
I am James, and I like CrossFit.